Welcome back to our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. We are glad that you're still with us. You are the ones that make this show a great one. When William Ruto took oath of office, he announced to the nation that the reason why Kenya has failed is because there have never been leaders to take hard decisions. And Ruto simply meant that ever since we got independence from Jomo Kenyatta, for the period that he ruled until he died in office, to the late President Daniel Torotich Arap Moi, whom he worked with very closely for the 24 years that Moi ruled, to Kibaki for the 10 years that Kibaki ruled, and to Uhuru for the 2 terms that Uhuru ruled this nation, that all of them have never made any hard decision to make Kenya great. And so he announced that he was the man who had been placed there by God to take those hard decisions to make Kenya move forward economically, politically, socially, and religiously, if I may call it. And you've seen William Ruto not only reversing most of the Uhuru decisions, but also some of the policies that have been there from time immemorial. We could talk about things like GMO, I've mentioned this, all those that were reversed to fit into Joe Biden's demands. But we can also talk about the removal of the government seal from the Attorney General's office to the office of the president, something that has been there for long. We all know that things like renovating state house, but that is okay because he can do it according to his liking. He removed the liquor part because he's a man who wants to present himself as a man of God. I hear that he's a teetotaler. Barely a few weeks after the burial of the late General Ogolla, William Ruto has made a very shocking declaration. And people are asking, who is advising William Ruto? For the better part of the day, the term Moi Airbase has been trending. And it is not because of anything, but it is because of the declaration that William Ruto made. So Ruto made this declaration that in Eastleigh, you couldn't build a house beyond 12 floors. But I have declared that we can now build story buildings of up to 30 floors so that citizens can get accommodation and live in a harmonious neighborhood. We all know that William Ruto has been obsessed by affordable housing. It is one of his pet projects, one of the major projects. But when he made this declaration, especially a few weeks after the demise of General Ogolla, people have been asking one question. You know, we are not security experts, but there are things that don't even need rocket science. Moi Airbase, or is released just next to Moi Airbase. And you know that matters military are matters that are very sensitive. In fact, we don't even need to analyze them or to talk about them unless we have facts, because military does not really want speculations. They do most of their things in a very clandestine manner. Most of them are in-house policies. But we also know that from time immemorial, from the time we got independent, there has been a policy that you cannot build taller buildings that go beyond certain levels. Like in this one, it went up to the 12th floor, if I'm not wrong, according to William Ruto. And now he's saying that he has declared, using the presidential decree, that the houses can go up to the 30th floor. And it's telling us that that will give the hustlers decent housing. Now, there has been a lot of talks that Eastleigh has been taken over by our brothers of the of the Muslim community. And we have also been bedeviled by by this menace of terrorism. And of course, Duale is there. Duale is one person who promised that he was going to name for us. He himself said that some terrorists are coming from their community, and he would give them to us the names. Whenever you build a house near a military base, then we have to be very careful, because when someone sits on a 30th floor, they can easily monitor. Let's say, for example, we have some member of Al Shabaab. They can easily monitor what is happening at the Moi Air Base. And people are asking, is William Ruto planning to shift Moi Air Base? Or are we going to live with, with civilians? The military base is next to civilians, and they are sitting on top of us. It is a worrying trend. And something tells me that he didn't just come up with this decision, maybe he consulted. But who is he that told him that the period that we've been, for the period that Kenya has existed, from the colonial masters to this moment, we've never had story buildings going above certain level because of the sensitivity of the Moi Airbase. Who is this that is now telling him that he can reverse this decision? And I'm thinking that if William Ruto is not very careful, he will soon get to loggerheads with the military, because maybe he just woke up and declared, because enemies will sit there and they are watching, monitoring. An enemy can be near you for as long as 6 months or 1 year or 2 years, just monitoring. If someone has a motive to destroy our country, they will sit pretty, watakuja wakomboe nyumba pale, na wanakaa hapo kwa muda wa miaka ama mita, wanaangalia tu. And these are the kind of hard decisions that William Ruto was talking about. What exactly is happening? Because, as I said, it doesn't need any rocket science. And that is the reason why Kenyans took to Twitter and searching and wondering what is happening. We know that William Ruto wants to stand out as the man that reversed everything. He wants to remain on top of things. But sometimes I think that some of these decisions are not well thoughtful. They're careless, if you ask me. People are really concerned. And maybe I need I stand corrected, I stand guided. As I said, matters security belongs to the people who have studied security. But most Kenyans are alarmed, not only me. People have discussed this on undertones, where people, in fact, I remember even before this, there was a time when we were just talking what we call street politics, and some people we always talk politics with were telling me that we are an endangered species because some people are taking over and they're even building skyscrapers. We didn't even know that it would become official. Now it is official. And knowing Kenyans for who you know them, William Ruto has allowed 30 initially. Because we love money and corruption, some will go up to 40. Some people will just take some money here and there, and nothing will happen. And we are endangering our military base. I can assure you. This is happening after, for the very first time, we lost a general, a CDF, in office under circumstances that are so reckless that we send him to go and supervise some schools that are being built. And he dies there in an aeroplane chopper. We've not explained what is happening, and then we make such decisions. Some people are saying that General Ogolla might have met his death because he opposed the idea of building skyscrapers next to Moi Air Base. Security must begin with us. And I think when some countries look at us, they laugh at us. We cannot allow those tall buildings near Moi Air Base. And as they say, do we want to shift it? Is this another external hand? Because sometimes I feel that William Ruto will only do two things. He will reign over his cabinet and decide on what to do, or he will be implementing that which he has been told by the masters. But I really feel concerned. As I said, I stand guided and I stand corrected. It is not only me. There are several Kenyans who are asking what is happening, reversing decisions without calculating what will happen in the near future. And I can assure you that should we get another president, if William Ruto will not get a second term, we will reverse everything that because most of these things are not his decisions, but they're being directed by someone. And if they're his decisions, the intention is just to show that he's superior, he's got the powers, which is not good because the decisions that he is making must accommodate Kenyans. I know that we need decent houses, and I know he's so much obsessed about building affordable houses, but then at the expense of our security, this is wrong. Security is, comes first. If there is no security in a country, with even the development that is talking about cannot take place. And I don't know what to think from where you sit. I don't know whether I'm the only one. I don't know whether it is a trivial concern. But to me, I feel that as the commander in chief of all the armed forces, we must make security a priority. I don't know what you think, ladies and gentlemen, but that is my take.